Welcome to See You at the Table, where stories meet grace. Here we gather, not just to speak, but to listen. If you want to witness how God brings people together from all around the world through powerful testimonies, tune in and see you at the table. Here's today's host.
Welcome back to See You at the Table, and we're here with a special guest today. He's fairly new. He's learning the ropes today. Keegan Zulager. I got that right?
Got it right.
Oh my goodness, this guy's last name is like giving me a heart attack over here.
Fair enough.
What do you do around campus?
This is my first year as an intern for Campus Ministries, and I'm an RA at Men's Village, Block 2, so taking care of those guys, Block 2-1 through 2-5.
Yeah, it's rowdy over there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes, sir.
And when I'm not on campus, I work at Hardin Coffee on Main Street. Shout out Hardin. So I go in and open, and I get off at 12:30 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So Main Street's just like that way, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I'm trying to think of where
Like
I think
10
it's
minutes from us.
It's really like 2 minutes, like a 2-minute drive.
Oh, okay, okay. Like I'm talking about walk.
Oh yeah, you can walk there in 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I think I know the coffee shop you're talking about too.
Yep.
How long have you been here at CU?
I've been at CU since I graduated high school, so I came straight here.
Okay.
I lived in Campbellsville my whole life, so I've been around this area as long as I can remember.
What year?
But I'm a sophomore.
Okay, sophomore. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You're a sophomore.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought you were a senior. You're already RA.
Yep.
Dang.
I got lucky. And
You're moving through it, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's great. I'm a freshman, but
okay.
So something we like to do here at See You at the Table is we like to give testimonies. And again, every time someone's on the thing, I like to stress that it's one of the greatest things God gives us is to give us the ability to talk to each other about our testimonies and just give us that experience. So would you like to lead us in that one?
I would love to lead you.
Heck yeah. Go take it away.
Yeah. This testimony, it's not necessarily about my salvation, but it's more something recent that recently happened that I try to talk about every time I get the chance to. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
And so I was born in Campbellsville, and I was always raised in church. My mom always took me, but I was born into this generational sort of thing. My dad was addicted to alcohol, and his dad was addicted to alcohol, and his dad was addicted to alcohol, or something, so it goes all the way back. And when I preach on it, I love to say, in every logical way, I should be an alcoholic by now. Like, the world tells me that's exactly where I should be. But once I realized that Christ tells me that's not who I am, that's when that generational curse broke. And the testimony is that when I stood on the word and not what the world told me, then actually this generational curse began to work its way backwards.
Right.
So I stood with Christ, and then it worked back to my dad, and then my dad was healed from alcoholism. So that's just the way God works. Like, instead of giving the devil the victory, and it kept continuing to my son and my child and his kids, instead it started working backwards through my father, and he got his healing because of my obedience.
Wow.
So
your dad got a healing out of this testimony that you're giving.
Right.
Okay. So have you always been a Christian?
Like I said, I was raised in church, and I was taken to church my whole life. But around high school, I felt like I always had that head knowledge, but not really the heart knowledge.
Right.
So my freshman year of high school, I went on a retreat, and the best way to describe it is I went in, and I had this encounter with something I'd never encountered before, and I went in one way and came out completely changed, and I've never been the same since.
So what would you say changed after that day?
Really, I went in with a lot of anxiety and a lot of just feeling low and believing a lot of the lies that the world told me, and I came out not believing those lies anymore, and instead with that new outlook of who Jesus says I am.
That's great, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Our testimony kind of correlates in some parts, not every part, but my parents were less of an alcoholic. They were more like druggies, and my dad, he got led down a horrible path, so he got given to our grandparents. This is not the part that's the same, but I ended up going to a church camp, and that's where I found Christ too. So, what in at church camp would you say led you to Christ?
It was really, I can remember the word that was preached, and it was on whenever Peter got out of the boat
Mm-hmm.
and he started to sink,
Mm-hmm.
and then Christ pulled him back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing myself in Peter's shoes, and I was thinking, man, like, I'm in the water right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I began to cry out to God and ask, just pull me out. Like, bring me where you want me.
Yeah.
And that's when everything started to change, and the Holy Spirit fell,
Mm-hmm.
like He always does. And that's when the encounter happened, and it's never been the same since.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like you said, you struggle with anxiety a lot, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with that. I know a lot of people that struggle with anxiety. I personally never struggled with anxiety, but I know of a lot of people, and I find a testimony that involves something that everybody can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat like healing, to know that you weren't the only one to go through that testimony. So I really do have mad respect for that. So you used to have anxiety.
Used to.
Wow.
But the thing was, I had to realize that I said I have anxiety, I have depression,
Uh-huh.
but whenever Christ came, it stops being yours, and it starts becoming something that Jesus already put to death at the cross.
Mm.
So it's not my anxiety anymore, but it's Jesus' anxiety that He put to death.
Right.
It's not my depression, it's Christ's depression that He left in the tomb.
Mm. Now that's amazing, because seeing you for the first time today, I would not say you're an anxious guy at all. So I can just tell that you just left that behind. You may feel a little anxious sometimes,
Right.
but like no one's going to be perfect, and that's the glory of it. And the glory is that Jesus died because He knew no one was going to be perfect,
Mhm.
and for you to take that initiative to realize that, hey, this is not how I should be feeling, and I should give it to God. That's just beautiful.
Right.
That's beautiful. All right, so we are only 6 minutes in, so we're going to continue to talk a little bit,
Yeah.
just a little bit more. I want to see something. Let's see what we can do to keep this conversation going. So you've been around campus,
Mhm.
right? We are at Campbellsville University. If you didn't get the pun, see you at the table. What around campus? What was your first year like versus now?
So my first year was a bit more dramatic as far as moving away from home and coming back here. Like, my parents moved me in, and I was in Southwest, and
Southeast gang over here, though.
Southeast gang, same building. But they moved me in, and it was like, man, I'm leaving home for the first time. Like, this is my first time ever living alone, and comparing that experience with this year, I just packed all my stuff in my car and came. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll be back eventually, but it's not as dramatized coming back for sophomore
Yeah.
year as it was for freshman year, because everybody's kind of used to it by now.
Do you have any like habits that you do, like anything you like? Because I know, like, for example, people like to play games, people like to play instruments, people like to go walk. Do you do anything that kind of entertains you?
Yeah, I read a ton. I
Read.
read a lot of books. Yeah, it's kind of a boring hobby, but I do that a lot. I write a lot. Trying to think what else I do. I fish in the summer.
You fish?
That's my
Oh, okay.
my thing. Yeah, if I'm not here, you're gonna see me on the lake.
What's the biggest fish you caught?
I caught a giant catfish this past summer.
Wait,
Probably 30-something pounds.
30-something
I have a
pounds.
picture of it. It was
Gee,
big.
that is a pretty big
Yeah.
boy. That is a pretty big boy. I don't fish much, so I'm just saying it's a pretty big
Yeah.
boy. 30 pounds, that'd be a pretty big fish.
I wasn't even catfishing. I caught it on a bass.
I see. That's even more
That
impressive.
means
I have went fishing for bass, and I only use like a 20-pound pole, so
Yeah, it was
that's crazy.
a good day.
So what was the pole? Like, what was the weight on it?
I think the line was 20-pound braid. So
And you caught it. This is crazy. Y'all don't. I know some of y'all may not understand how crazy this is, but to get catfish, you use corn and stuff like that, right?
yeah, and this was on
How did
fake,
this happen?
like a fake worm. I don't know.
Oh,
It was like a freak scenario that happened.
and it just happened to be your biggest fish.
Yeah, that's my
wild.
biggest fish.
That is crazy. I had another question for you. I'm struggling to find that last question, so we can go ahead and wrap this up. Something we like to do at See You at the Table
Mhm.
is we like for people to leave off something at the table. So a quote or just something you would like to share with us that we can take and use in our personal lives.
Yeah. This is where I've been in my quiet time. In the mornings, this is what I've been meditating on. And I've been waiting for a chance to talk about it. So this is that.
Yes.
So 1 Corinthians 1:27 says, "But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. God chose the lowly things of this world and the despised things, and the things that are not to nullify the things that are, so that no one may boast before him. It is because of him that you are in Christ Jesus, who has become for us wisdom from God. That is our righteousness, holiness, and redemption." And really, this is what I'll leave at the table. In a world where, for example, getting married early, like I'm getting married in December.
Dang, you're getting married?
Married in December.
Heck yeah, what a blessing.
People tell me the world says that we're too young, and that why would you want to waste your 20s getting married? But God says that that's what's meant for us. See, the foolish things to the world are holy to God. And the things that the world tells you don't have to be the truth, because God chooses the lowly things and the things that aren't to nullify the things that are. So what might seem as foolishness to everybody around us, if it is backed by the Bible and it's preordained by God, then it's for us.
That's so good. That's so good. All right, and that's all we have for See You at the Table. I'm glad you came out, and I can't wait to see you at the table.
This podcast is brought to you by Campus Ministry at Campbellsville University, where faith, testimony, and dialogue come together. Stay connected, stay inspired, and we'll see you at the table next time.